169.9 degrees Celsius represent the melting point of paracetamol. And then for the agglomerate was 165.4 degrees Celsius with increased enthalpy. And this indicating the increased crystallinity as the XRD result. For the FTIR, we show the characteristic absorbance band for the functional group of paracetamol. There is a major peak of paracetamol were also observed in the ER spectrum of the spherical agglomerate. And this
sorry, Mr. Indra,
yes.
3 minutes left.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. For the imaging, we use the same image to conclude that the improvement in micromeretic, and we see the improvement micromeretic as the shape the spherical, and this the result of the same image. And this for the table of micromeretic, we see the improvement of the angle of repose, also the Hosner ratio. Okay, and then the last is the study of the dissolution. We can see the improvement of the spherical agglomerate compared to the paracetamol. This we can see the beta cyclodextrin can improve the micromeretic of the agglomerate. For conclusion, paracetamol agglomerate were successfully designed by spherical crystallization and improved flowability, compressibility, and drug release than the pure paracetamol. And the observation were supported by ER spectroscopy, DSG, and PXRD. The present study indicated the spherical crystallization as potential technique to improve flow behavior and dissolution profile of poorly soluble drug. In this for the citation, and thank you for the time. I back to the moderator.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your interesting presentation. Yes, we have one question. Any question for audience to ask to Mr. Indra? Please. Any question? Okay. I ask you, Mr. Indra.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry. Ini. We have to know how about the origin of paracetamol. As we know, paracetamol is they are in amorphous physicochemical nature and crystalline. So in your research, is which paracetamol did you use in this research?
Based on de factogram, we analyzed that the de factogram show the compared to the CCD single crystal, we can conclude that we have we use paracetamol form 2 because the industry use form 2 to produce paracetamol tablet than form 1. Maybe yes, I answer Mr. Doda. So the paracetamol we use is form 2.
Okay. But did you compare the paracetamol in generic name or in brand name like Panadol? I see the I see the dissolution rate is so different. The origin paracetamol and the result of modification as agglomerate paracetamol.
Yes. Maybe next project, maybe I will try to extract the paracetamol from market tablet, and then I compare to the pure paracetamol. But now we can conclude that we use the form 2 compared to the single crystal.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you very much. It's maybe the future research is a good idea, especially for pharmaceutical and technology. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
Please give applause for Mr. Indra. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you very much
thank you for all.
for the interesting presentation.
Yes,
Uh, let's Mrs. or Miss
Miss,
Miss
Mrs.
Adayani Aprilia is referring to for your presenter. Is time for you? Okay. Please prepare your presentation slide and so on. The time I remind you 10 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes for question and answer. Please, you start presentation. Have seen your slide. I have seen your slide. Characterization, itraconazole, nitroamycin. Is maybe the sound. Uh, do you all hear the sound? Sorry.
Mute.
Okay, okay. Please refer your sound. Something.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, okay. I hear you. I hear. Please.
All right. 1 minute. Kok di gini ya? Ya, the presentation ya nggak bisa tampil. 1 minute. Ya.
Anyone to help Miss Ade? The sounds. I heard your sound.
Tenang. You amat kan? Nggak bisa.
I hope you all be patient because Miss Ade something problem present the presentation. Sorry, Miss Ade, your voice is Yeah, your voice it doesn't good. Yeah, okay, okay. Okay. Your voice is
Can you hear me my voice? And
yeah,
can you?
please. This the time time running is fast.
Oh yes,
So you
thank
must
you so much.
yeah,
Alright.
okay.
Ah,
As short as possible.
yes, yep. My name is Adena Aprilia. I'm from Speakers BTH Tasikmalaya. I now was explain my my research about characteristic itraconazole microemulsi with variant twin surfactant and plantaker and co-surfactant concentrate. The introduction, itraconazole as an antifungal drug derivative of thiazole, which has side effect nausea, vomiting, dizziness, leg edema when taken orally. To reduce the this effect, itraconazole made into a microemulsion preparation. According and the research, ketoconazole topical microemulsion formula using twin 80 surfactant and plantaker as consurfactant can produce microemulsi characteristic with a droplet diameter of 94.335 nanometer. The aim of the study, the research characteristic of topical microemulsi of itraconazole, including organoleptic, particle size, polydispersity index, zeta potential, and entrapment efficiency, and physical properties of the serum. This is the formula of microemulsi formulation. This different 40 formulation is concentration of twin 80. Material is the method. The first preparation of material and formula microemulsion, and the second make microemulsion formulation. The first third step water make water fase, oil fase, and then make microemulsion, and then optimization of microemulsi formula. And the last step, evaluation microemulsi. Include physical properties, constant of odor, color, and purity. And the second test is microemulsi characteristic, content of particle size, polydispersity index, zeta potential, particle morphology, and then entrapment efficiency. This procedure result result from the optimization of itraconazole microemulsi formula, the temperature was 70 degrees Celsius and stirring time was 150 minutes, and the stirring speed was 7,050 FEM. Besides on the physical evaluation, the three formulations have met the physical average of the microemulsion where the microemulsion has a transparent, odorless, and yellow color. The particle size in the most important characteristic in microemulsion system. The mean particle size of the microemulsion formula of itraconazole was found to be ranked for 38.21 nanometer to 27.87 nanometer, which means the formula 2 and formula 3 meet the requirement for microemulsion preparation. Based on the result of polydisparity index for Formula 2 and Formula 3, field for Formula 2 is 0.171 and Formula 3 0.416. Include the monography, the monodispersion category. From zeta potential, the zeta potential measure of the reservoirs between particle. Microparticle with zeta potential.
Sorry, Miss Ade, the time just 3 minutes again. Okay.
The zeta potential measure result at Formula 2 and Formula 3 are 19.5 millivolt and 17.1 millivolt. Microemulsion morphology, detecting with TEM, beside on analysis using TEM with magnification of 20 nanometer and 50 nanometer, it was obtained the microparticle were close to spherical. So it can be said the itraconazole microemulsion preparation meet the microemulsion criteria. In the last, entrapment efficiency. For the entrapment efficiency, itraconazole show the Formula 2 and Formula 3 were 78.45% and 80.97%. This indicates the itraconazole entrapment in this microemulsion globule is less efficiency because itraconazole in the microemulsion preparation it less completely dissolved. The trapping efficiency pure the close to 100%. The better trapping efficiency. Conclusion. From the three formula is clear, yellow, odorless, and transparent preparation was obtained. Formula that meet microemulsion recruitment for Formula 2 and Formula 3 with characteristic particle size, polydispersity, and zeta potential. On the three formula that have been analyzed, the best formula is Formula 3. With field of particle size, polydispersity index, and potential zeta that meet the requirement of microemulsion characteristic. Formula 3 carry out the morphology characteristic of the particle using a TEM. So with the result, the analysis having the spherical morphology shape. That was is accordance with the microemulsion characteristic and the result itraconazole entrapment efficiency was 80.97%. Okay. That's all my percentage. Thank you for your attention.
Is any question? Any question addressed to Ms. Ade? Mr. Insan, maybe? Other participant? Okay, maybe it's my turn to ask Ms. Ade. We know itraconazole is according to BHS, yeah, BHS second, yeah, BHS second.
Yeah, BTS second.
Yeah, BHS second, yeah. Okay, I'd like to in this research is addressed to oral road, topical roads in application next.
Application next. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. In your application next time, is the research is in application to oral application road or topical road?
Topical road.
Topical road. Okay. Why do you use? Why did you use MDN? What is the beneficial of the MDM?
With topical road, maybe can widely penetration to skin.
Yeah, to enhance
effect.
Okay. Why did you use the let's say the surfactant plant care? I don't know about plant care. It's as surfactant. What kind of surfactant?
Plant care is surfactant non-ionic with low effect, but plant care can use humectant.
Okay, just like glycerol, propylene glycol. Is the brand name or generic name? Chemical name. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, but it's interesting presentation. Yeah, maybe you can be continued. The next research is very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for your interesting presentation, and we have applause to Miss Ade.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stop maybe presentation.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah. It's time to the next. Miss Wahyu Widowati. Hakimi is he coming here? Miss Wahyu Widowati. The list in my paper is now is Miss Wahyu Widowati. Maybe I can't the time. Miss Wahyu Widowati, and Wahyu Widowati. There's no answer, and maybe
Bu Ade lagi, Bu Ade Yani lagi aja.
Maybe if Miss Widowati isn't here, next maybe Mr. Insan Inkurniansah Haji, please you prepare presentation, and the slide is it's your turn to change the presenting. Yeah, present. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Randali. I prepare now. Sudah tampil belum, Pak?
Belum. Ya.
Oke. Ya.
Okay, here, Miss Wahyu, I'm sorry. Maybe you are the last presentation because the time is over. Yeah, Mr. Insan, I have seen.
I am sorry. I have presented in
other
room
room.
5.
Yeah.
The other room.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe,
Maybe,
I'm sorry.
you have be patient to wait this presentation first, Mr. Insan. Okay. After Mr. Insan presented the presentation, and next your turn, Miss Wahyu. Okay. Yeah, please, Mr. Insan.
Sudah ada? Oh ya.
Ya, sudah, silakan.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dali, for opportunity to me to sharing our research with entitled Study of Isotonicity and Ocular Irritation of Koram Chemical Institute. This my team is myself, Insan Sunan Kurniawansa, and there is Professor Anasul Barnas and Topik Rusdiana PhD, and Zahra Zakira Abnas. In this presentation is I have for outline for this presenting. First background and then research purpose, then method and result, and the last is conclusion. We know is 70 conventional preparation in market is have problems encountered in ophthalmic drug delivery, such as rapid and extensive elimination, so extensive drug loss, and only a small amount, about 1 until 6% actually penetrates to the cornea and reach the intraocular tissue. So the conventional ones is have a poor bioavailability. uh, Ophthalmic drug delivery system is one of the most interesting and challenging facing the pharmaceutical scientists. Uh, the use of the new gel system, which is instilled as a drop into the eyes and undergo a sol gel transition, can overcome the problem of poor bioavailability and therapeutic response exhibited by conventional ophthalmic solution. As we know, another advantages of in situ gel is easy to use, simple manufacturing at the factory, and improve both adherence and patient comfort by minimizing the frequency of its use. Characterization of in-situ gel was determined to ensure that the prepared preparation met the standard and it's safe. Isotonicity is an important characteristic of the ophthalmic preparation. Then isotonicity has to be maintained to prevent tissue damage or irritation of eye. Assessment of the ocular irritation potential of ophthalmic solution represent an extremely important step in the development of both the counter and prescription pharmaceuticals. Okay. The objective of the research work was to find out the isotonicity of chloramphenicol in situ gel and to know the irritating effect of chloramphenicol in situ gel in the eyes of the test animal. Okay, here's the methods and the results. First, the formulation of ophthalmic in situ gel. The optimization of formula was performed on poloxamer and HPMC basis by using a two-level factorial design. Optimization with two-level factorial design results in four variation of the formula as shown in the table. The optimization formula for poloxamer and HPMC that had been added to active substance and excipient whose function are known respectively, and after that, all formulas were made according to the procedure. After the preparation were made, isotonicity and irritation evaluation were carried out. Here, the isotonicity evaluation. Isotonicity is important characteristic of the ophthalmic isotonicity. Ophthalmic and isotonicity has to be maintained to the prevent tissue damage or irritation of eye. The optimized formulation were mixed with few drop of blood, and
And
then
sorry,
small
Mr. Zan,
blood
okay,
cell was placed
just
in
3 minutes again.
okay in microscope under 45 magnification. The result obtained were compared with the control solution. Isotonic solution maintain the integrity of blood cell, where hypertonic saw synchrate and hypotonic saw the bulging of cell. These observations were made using a control solution isotonic in the form of sodium chloride 0.9%, hypertonic control solution in the form of sodium chloride 2%, and hypotonic control solution in the form of sodium chloride 0.2%. After observing using a microscope, the results show that all preparation made are isotonic preparation. The four preparation show similar result with isotonic control solution. Therefore, it can be said that the preparation have been made isotonic. And then ocular irritation. This eye irritation test aims to obtain information on the dangers that arise when the test preparation is exposed to the eyes and the mucous membrane. In the test, preliminary test was carried out with one rabbit test, then followed by a confirmation test with two other rabbits. The dry jet technique was designed for the ocular irritation potential of the ophthalmic product before marketing. Approval of the Institutional Animal Ethics Committee was obtained before the commencing of the study. Ethical approval has been given from Faculty of Medicine Universitas Padjadjaran with number 590. As the procedure is 100 microliters of the formulation was placed into the lower cul-de-sac with observation of the various criteria made at design required time interval of 1 hour, 24 hour, 48, and then 72 hours.
Maybe it's better to tell the conclusion. The time is over.
Is the grading of ocular irritation. There is a score for cornea, and then iris, conjunctiva, and chemosis edema. Is the result based on the observation made. The result obtained for each category, such as cornea, iris, conjunctiva, and edema, was 0. The purpose of this 0 value from each category has its own description. And here's the example image of the result of irritation test with the rabbit eyes. There was no effect from our preparation giving to the eyes rabbit. So it can be said that the preparation made do cause irritation to the rabbit. And the last is conclusions. All formulation of chloramphenicol in situ ophthalmic gel prepared showed a good isotonicity that the preparation have been made isotonic and did not cause irritation to the eyes of the rabbit. So the preparation was safe to use and the formulation can be used for further research until the final goal is obtained. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you for interesting presentation, Mr. Isan. Is any question for this presentation? Mr. Indra? Yeah, any question? Yeah, yeah. Maybe I ask him is although we have the same department, but it's never mind. Okay. Let's see. Uh, how far to evaluate the isotonicity? Yeah. Uh, how many kind of test of isotonicity as in industry is used osmometer as osmometer apparatus. Can you compare this apparatus or just it's in vitro in vivo evaluation or
Okay.
isotonicity?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. It's a good question. Actually, I do the others method to the isotonicity evaluation with osmometer. As we know, the osmometer has range and have to calibrate with the standard solution with have value osmolarity is 200 up to 100 and 298 milliosmol and mass lower than 320 milliosmol. And our preparation is test with osmometer, and the value is about 300 milliosmol. So it's
It's different
mean
different
the
value, yeah,
preparation is
different value of the
it's
it's
video, but I not
yeah.
present here for
Yeah,
the
okay.
osmometer.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Insan. Please give applause to Mr. Insan. Terima kasih. Thank you. And yeah, now maybe the final presentation. I call Miss Wahyu Widowati. Miss Wahyu Widowati. Please, Mr. Insan, finish the presentation. Stop present now.
Okay, thank you. I will present my.
Yeah, please prepare your presentation. We have 10 minutes for your presentation and 5 minutes for discussion. Okay, it's time for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I will present my works entitled Effect of Flavonoids on Oxidative Stress, Apoptosis, and Cell Markers of Peripheral Blood-Derived Endothelial Progenitor Cells, an in vitro study. The researcher team, I am Wahyu Widowati, and the other team from Maranatha Christian University, Biomolecular and Biomedical Research Center, Areta Medica Utama, Bandung, and then from Universitas Prima Indonesia, Medan. Background of my research, the top 10 causes of deaths in lower middle income countries in 2016. We know that the first causes of deaths take place by ischemic heart disease, and then strokes, and then lower respiratory infection. We know that heart disease is the take place number one as the cause of death. This is very serious to all countries in the world. Endothelial dysfunctions can trigger coronary artery disease. Circulating the IPC or endothelial progenitor cells can repair the process. Endothelial dysfunctions can trigger oxidative stress, and endothelial dysfunction can reverse by adding antioxidants. The antioxidants we can take from a T flavonoid. We know that T flavonoids as a radical scavenger. This is from my published paper 2014 and 2017. CVD therapies, we know that many kinds of CVD therapies by medications with using ACE inhibitor can lower blood pressure, antiplatelet drugs reduce blood clots, and beta blocker lower heart rate, blood pressure, and can using oxygen. A calcium channel blocker relax arteries, lowering blood pressure, reducing retains strain on the heart. And then diuretic, lower blood pressure, nitrates or nitroglycerins stop chest pain, improve blood supply to the heart, and statin lower cholesterol. And the second manner were coronary artery bypass surgery and minimally invasive heart surgery. And right now, many researchers improve the cell therapy. Cell therapy is a promising treatment capable of differentiating into cardiomyocyte and cell grafting within in the damage myocardium may limit the loss of contractile function and contributing to multiple mechanisms for cardiac repair. CVD with blood vessel disorder, and then my research focus in stem cell for many kinds of disease, and then this paper especially for cardiovascular disease, especially endothelial progenitor cells or EPC can be used as clinical application, which endothelial progenitor cell can repair a damaged blood vessel, cure blood vessel disorder, forming new blood vessel, and tissue regeneration as a paracrine factor. And then endothelial progenitor cells or EPC can isolated from blood, and then this is my research. I isolated from blood and then resulted EPC. This is a stem cell therapy. That stem cell therapy can take from patient or donor, and then from donor or patient, and then take the blood and then isolation to be a stem cell, then to be stem cell, and then stem cell characterized as a stem cell, and then stem cell can infuse to the patient again. This is autologous and allogenic. Autologous from the patient, and then allogenic from donor. Antioxidant and anti-aggregation, anti-inflammatory can reduce cardiovascular disease. Especially tea extract contains many flavonoids, have many activities, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-aggregation. Antioxidant can decrease vascular oxidative stress, increase vascular nitric oxide, and then anti-inflammatory decrease cytokine, many cytokine, anti-aggregation, improve endothelial function, decrease atherosclerosis plaque. So T flavonoids can decrease CVD. Flavonoids can contain content of dry tea, many kinds of subclass of flavonoids in dry tea. Epigallocatechin, epigallocatechin gallate, catechin, and then I have done my research using epigallocatechin, epigallocatechin gallate, epicatechin gallate, and catechin can improve the endothelial progenitor cell (EPC), which triggered by reactive oxygen species, especially hydrogen peroxide. And then my research, which I deliver right now, I use chimeferol, myricetin, and quercetin isolated from dry tea. EPC isolation and cultivation, this is from donor, peripheral blood, overlay blood, and PBS into Ficol, and then centrifuge in the room temperature. We get mononuclear cell, and then cell counting, and then we cultivate for 7D cultivation. And then identify surface marker for EPC. This is especially CD133, CD35, and VEGFR2.
I'm sorry, Ms. Wahyu, the time is over. Please,
okay, thank you very much. Thank you. This is EPC morphology, and then result, and then EPC, and then cell viability. We know that's 1 minute more. Cytotoxicity, we know that's tea or flavonoids have a good cell viability. And then we know that cell EPC induced by reactive oxygen species, we know that have a high ROS level, and then quercetin, chimeferol can decrease the ROS level. And then tea flavonoid, quercetin, chimeferol, myricetin can decrease apoptosis. And then the expression, we know that quercetin, chimeferol will not change the expression of EPC. This is, thank you very much. This is, I have a green tea extract and tea flavonoid have been published, can improve the endothelial progenitor marker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wahyu. It's interesting presentation. Any question? We have just 1 minute for question and answer. Please, Mr. Insan. Where is other Mr. Insan? Miss Ade. Okay, maybe it's my turn to ask you, Mrs. Wahyu. As you presented just minutes ago, did you use flavonoid to increase apoptosis? It's from green tea extract or just green tea? Compared the how is the black tea?
Thank you very much for your good question. Previous research, I have done that tea extracts and then catechin, many catechin, catechin, and then all the tea extract and flavonoid, especially catechin, can reduce the ROS, reactive oxygen species, and the cell viability is good, adding by tea flavonoid, catechin, many kind catechin, and then this time my research, I want to know the difference compound from tea, especially chimeferol, quercetin, and myricetin. That is, I do not isolate from tea, but I buy a pure compound.
A pure compound.
That is a good result. Okay. I think that is same with my previous.
Is there any research to compare with maybe the synthetic or brand drug in a market? Maybe?
Yeah.
Just in vitro or other.
In vitro. So, yes, EPC, endothelial progenitor cell, induced by hydrogen species as a model stress oxidative of EPC, which EPC stress oxidative can trigger the CVD, cardiovascular disease. This is as a model for one
just model, Okay.
And then the compound, three compound, glycerol, myricetin, and quercetin can reduce ROS level, and then the viability and still good, not change, and then the apoptosis will not.
Very interesting, very interesting. Okay. But why? How about the prospect, the next application in daily life?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that is let us consume tea. Tea is a very good antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-CVD.
How frequency? Every time a day or every
day?
Every day.
Yes. Let consume tea, but don't add by sugar. Yeah.
Oh, without sugar. Yeah. Without sugar.
Natural tea.
Like maybe coffee. Coffee.
Yes.
Coffee is without sugar. Is good for health.
Tea is my favorite research. I have done many kinds of bioactivity from tea. Very my focus research tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss. It's very interesting. Yeah. Maybe, okay. This the end of presentation discussion is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to end this seminar. Before I close seminar, I would like to thank you so much to the speaker for this presentation and participant for participation. Hopefully, this seminar will be beneficial for us. Thank you very much. See you next time. Please keep spirit and be healthy. Okay. Let's see. Good day, good afternoon, sorry, and let's see. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm sorry, we'll let this link.
Thank you, Mr. Dauri.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.